And welcome back to Love Your Food. We have a super quick and easy one for you this week. This is a spinach in a lemon cream sauce. Now before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that we have an affiliate link with Chef's Temp. If you need a kitchen thermometer or meat probe, please check out the link in the description below and use code LOVEYOURFOOD on checkout for 15% off your order. We also have a Patreon if you'd like to support us there. I'll put a link for that in the description as well. Meanwhile, here's our ingredients. So we have some fresh spinach. We're going to use some lemon juice, some heavy cream, and it must be heavy cream, and some white wine. We're using a really nice Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough Valley of New Zealand. And we're going to start with the wine, just a little bit of the wine. And we're going to put this in our hot pan along with some of the lemon juice. Now this is basically the flavor base for this dish, and we want to reduce it a little bit because we're going to be adding a bunch of liquid to this. We're going to be adding the spinach later, which is going to release a lot of liquid. We've got our little silicone whisk there to use in our non-stick pan. You just want to make sure they're well mixed, and then you want to add in your heavy cream. Now this is why it must be heavy cream, because you've got a lot of acidic elements in there. If you use any other kind of cream, table cream or half and half or anything like that, or milk in there, it's going to curdle and you're going to get a really awful texture and probably not a great taste either, so you need to use heavy cream for this. And we're going to reduce this a little bit until it is quite thick, because as I said, when we add the spinach is going to release a lot of moisture, because that's what spinach does. So we're going to wait until it gets quite thick, and then we're going to start piling in the spinach. Now, spinach, as you probably know if you've ever cooked raw spinach, will reduce a lot when it wilts. It goes down to almost nothing. So this looks like a lot. It looks like we're just destroying this with spinach, but it's going to reduce to almost nothing. It's going to just nicely fill the pan. Spinach has a lot of water in it, and as it cooks, it releases that water readily. So a little bit of salt in there. And you don't want to oversalt this because, remember, your final amount of spinach is going to be quite small as it reduces, as it wilts. And so just use a little bit of salt. You don't want, you can always adjust later. So just start with a little bit, and it will help sort of release some of those juices as well. So you can see here, already it is starting to reduce and wilt, and those big leaves are turning into, you know, much smaller leaves. And there it is. We didn't remove anything from this pan. This is the same amount of spinach that was there before. It's just wilting and reducing there. And you can see it doesn't look like there's a lot of cream in there, but it's enough. Once the spinach is all reduced, it's actually just the perfect amount. You don't want this swimming in cream. It's a little rich. That's just a little too rich. So we just wanted just enough here to cover our spinach. So at this point is a great time to taste it. So you can give it a little taste and see if it needs any more adjustment, if you need a little bit more salt in there, a touch more lemon juice or anything. But otherwise, once it's here, you are ready to go. So we're going to add a little bit of this to our plate here. And you sort of want to bring some of that creamy sauce with it. We've got it with some little deep fried cutlets of pork in there, and that's it. Like I said, really simple and quick, very easy to do, and if you can get fresh baby spinach or fresh spinach, super delicious and a great side dish. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe, and if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. We'd like to thank our patrons over on Patreon. I'll put a link for that in the description below as well, if you'd like to support us there. And remember to love your food.